Hi everyone again, this is Ms. Granucci. This is the final part of our lab physics safety videos. In this video, what I'd like to do is point out where the safety features are in this classroom and talk about our exit procedures for fire drills. So I want you to be aware of and the location of the following objects. So the first aid kit, the impact safety goggles, the eye wash, the chemical shower, fire extinguisher, and exits. So the first aid and goggles are actually, if you're looking the way this picture is, so you're looking toward the back of the room, it's on the left. And you'll see there are two cupboards labeled where the supplies are. So knowing where the first aid kit's really helpful if I ask you to, grab it. Also, the first aid kit will supply band-aids, so for non-lab related issues, if you have a blister on your foot or something, or you need a band-aid for a non-lab physics related issue, you may grab one there, and that's the first aid kit. If there's ever blood in the situation or in the classroom, again, I need to clean it up. Let me do it. I have special gloves for such a thing. Please do not clean up anything. I will do it myself. And that's where the gloves are also located. The goggles are right next to it, as you can see there. So when I ask you to get your safety goggles, that's where they'll be located. The eye wash is going to be to the right of the room if you're looking from the back. You'll see a clear sign right there, and it's that red thing that's sitting right there. What you do is I hope you can see my mouse here, but those red things that are right there will actually flip out, and then if you press this button right here, water will start coming out. I test the eye wash station to make sure that it's working. But that's the eye wash station. Although I don't anticipate any eye injuries, this is where the eye wash is. The fire extinguisher, if such a case is needed, is, if you look, I call this my front door right there. If you look at the front door right to the right, I was just looking at it, you'll see the fire extinguisher right there. There's no chemical shower in here. Ideally, there's no chemicals in here, but if you do need the chemical shower, they're across the hall in room 349 and 351. And of course, you're probably aware of this anyway, but I just want to make sure that yes, there are two exits for the classroom, one in the front and one in the back of the room. If there is a fire drill and we're not doing a lab, please immediately stop what you're doing and exit the room as directed below. Please do not take anything, including your cell phones. Please leave everything in the classroom, all your belongings. Please do not go to the bathroom. Please do not go to your locker. Please do not find another person. Please just walk quietly out of the room. We have to lock the doors, and we have to account for you at your homeroom designated area. If you are doing a lab, just make sure that if you're using any electrical work, that the power supply is on. Whether it's a drill or a real fire, it's good to make sure that we don't leave any equipment on that we don't need necessary. It will be a simple turn off button, so please turn off the power supply. You don't need to unplug it, just off. And then immediately go down. If it's any other lab, you can leave the equipment as is. Obviously, if there is a ball on the floor, please pick it up, or if there's an immediate tripping hazard that you can address immediately, not one that you need to go across the room for, but if you see something that's immediately in your pathway, please pick it up and make sure that other people won't trip on it and can get out of the classroom safely. If there is a fire drill, please exit to the right in stairwell C, so it's the first stairwell right over here. Please don't go left. There's no reason to go left. And proceed out exit 3, so that's downstairs over here, and then quietly please report to your designated homeroom area so that attendance may be taken to make sure that you're out here. If we can't find you, somebody's going in to look for you, so be sure you do that. It's also very important that you're quiet, and the reason for that is so that if there are any instructions that we can hear them very clearly. If we need to move our homeroom designation for whatever reason, we'll be able to hear that. So please be quiet during this fire drill procedures. So lastly, we will have a lot of fun in physics, and I'll guarantee you will. You might even like physics, but I do need your cooperation. And actually, I call it a partnership for this. So, to make sure that safety is your priority in course, we both have to agree to safety. So it's not just me, but it's you as well. So please, we both need to enforce the rules. So if you see that a student walks in with a water bottle, help me out. Just say, can you just, you can say it nicely. We don't need to be mean about it. Just say, hey, can you put that outside the room? And same thing, I'm not going to be mean about it. It's just something that we need to practice and, enforce. Please use common sense. I know this is obvious, but if you see something and you feel in your gut that it doesn't look right, please report it. So use your common sense, use your instincts for this. Be aware of your environment. That's also helping your fellow lab mates. So, hey, so-and-so, be careful, there's someone behind you. So you, as well as me, have to be participating in lab safety and help each other out. So, like I said, just like the example I just used, make sure that you help the students out as you do this, and that we're all participating equally. Labs get a little crazy. There's, ramps, there's springs, there's things falling, there's numbers everywhere. So it gets a little chaotic, but if we all work together, we can do this, have a nice controlled chaos. So, just some consequences. I don't want to, use these as a punishment, but I do need to enforce these rules, and because it's your safety, they are very strictly going to be enforced. So the first thing is no bringing food or drink in the classroom, and that includes gum as well. I will give you a warning, because like I said, I know that, life happens, and you forget things. I forget things all the time, I don't like to really admit that, but I get it, I understand that you're forgetful, and you can forget, even on your best days. I do know that. Because of that, I will warn you the first time, okay? So if you forget, I'll give you a warning. But after the second time you do it, I'm going to give you detention. I don't want to tell you every single time that you come into the classroom that you have to have your food and drink outside the classroom. I really need your attention on this. So because of that, I will immediately give you detention. There will be no argument. If it's in the room, it's a detention. I'll hand you the slip. If I have, and of course sequentially afterward there will be several detentions, but if I find that I'm writing more than 3, we will have an administrative meeting with it. They need to be aware, the administration, that you are continuously causing an unsafe environment in the room. So we'll talk to the administration about some protocols for that, and you'll have another detention for that. Again, this is all for your safety. One time is a mistake, but the second time is not. So we need to work together with this. And because safety is the uttermost priority in this classroom, if there's anything unsafe, arguably unsafe, if I feel that in any way, shape, or form that there's something unsafe happening, I will remove you from the lab room and you will get a 0 on the assignment. I can't risk it. I can't risk any incident of unsafe procedures happening in the classroom. There will be no chance to make it up. So if for whatever reason you do and make your own circuit without permission first, then I'm going to remove you from the classroom. You'll get a 0 for the assignment. I'll send an email notification to your parents so they're aware of the situation, and please note that this is again for your safety. If I have to remove you more, notice that I don't even have this on there because I assume once will be fine. But if I find that I have to remove you more than twice, then we'll have an administrative meeting about lab safety and we'll proceed from there, including potential removal from the course. Again, these are all extreme cases. I assume that at most of these cases that this won't be the situation, but I just want you to be as safe as possible. And that's what I mean. We're going to do some really cool things. You're going to learn a lot of really fun things. We're going to do a lot of, interesting things in this course. But we need a partnership, and we can all do it very, very, very safely. So this is the end of the physics lab safety videos. Now your next step is to take an online quiz. It basically refers to the information on these slides. It will be an on-campus quiz that you may retake up to 3 times. You must get a 90% or higher to participate in physics labs. Like I said, you can retake the quiz a couple times. It's okay to make a mistake as long as you learn from your mistake. So if you get a 70 the first time and you get a 95 the second time, that's sufficient. I want you to learn from your mistakes. However, if you cannot, if you do not receive a 90% or higher after 3 times, then we will make an appointment and we will sit down and talk together about, what's going on and, why aren't we grasping some of these concepts, because again, we need to make sure we're all on the same page with this. So you'll see that on campus, and I'll give you more instructions in class or through email or however I communicate with you about your safety quiz. But this is mandatory and a priority in our course. You will also have a document signing saying that you have watched the video, you have read everything that you needed to read, and that you understand the consequences of lab removal if that is an issue, and the consequences of bringing food and drink into the classroom. Your parents must also sign this so they are aware of my procedures and the procedures I will take if there is such an issue in the course. So if you have any questions, I know this was a video and I know sometimes videos don't allow the opportunity for questions, please see me either after school in room 350, or you can send me an email with any questions if you'd like to do this before your quiz, or just talk to me about some issues you may have. If there's any medical issues that I should be aware of, please let me know immediately. Or if there's any special circumstances with the environment that we have in physics that I should be aware of, please let me know, and I'd be happy to work with you. And of course, safety is first. So everything here is meant for your safety. We'll have lots of fun, but we'll also be really safe while doing it. So I look forward to, working with all of you very shortly, and if you have any questions, let me know. This is Ms. Graducci signing out.